Hey, Tarosphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures. Just wanted to pop on. Oh, I forgot my tarot bag. I'm gonna go get that in a minute. So yeah, we're doing Sunday's live chat. It's a little, let me move my chair. It's a little later than usual. Henrietta is joining me as well. I was supposed to do this earlier today around 5, but I had not employee difficulty. My employee, she had something happen to her car. So I had to work at the shop tonight, and I was able to get out of there at 9. I just set up my tea for tomorrow morning so I can have my iced yerba mate and and here I am. So we're going to talk about the full moon because technically tonight is night 1 of full moon energy. So you get the night before the full moon, the night of the full moon, and the night after the full moon. And there's a lot of really exciting stuff going on. Tomorrow night is going to be the eclipse. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Henrietta's here. Say hi, Beaky. Yeah, hi. What else is going on? Oh, we'll be doing readings tonight. Like I said, I have to go get my tarot bag. And we'll see if anybody pops on to watch this this late at night. But apparently, everybody on the planet has live chats tonight. Chase from Two of Owls has his. I think he's trying to get one going. Kelly decided not to do hers on a Saturday from Truth and Story, so she did hers today. And I don't know if everybody's live chatted out or what, but I figured I would just pop on and try my hand at a little live chatting late on Sunday night. So anyway, now that we have Mrs. Feathers floating around. Yeah, I don't know. So that's it. It looks like we still only have no people. So I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and see where it goes. No news in the world of decks as far as that's concerned. Oh, I did see follow-up. Michelle Black from the Universal Mind Oracle replied to my review. For those of you that follow my channel, you'll remember I didn't exactly give it the best review on the planet. But just, I don't know. She said she had a few replies to some of my criticisms, and I guess she is no longer doing the expansion pack for the deck. Which is just fine by me because honestly I wasn't going to buy it anyway, and I don't know that she's going to be doing a second edition of the deck. She said that she might, but now she's not sure if she's gonna. Hi, Henny. But she might do a second deck now. I don't know what's going on there, so we'll see. I don't know. I do really enjoy the Universal Mind. I wound up taking the one with the little kid, Creators of the New Earth. I guess that card was her son that she put in it, and honestly, like, still, even with that knowledge, that card still doesn't excite me. So I wound up taking that card out of the deck completely, and it reads just fine without it now. What else? Oh yeah, so that's it really. I had a couple of synchronicities happen, but anyway, I wanted to talk about what's going on with the full moon. So we've got a few things going on this month astrologically, which are really interesting. We've got the full moon this weekend. We also have a lunar eclipse tomorrow night, which is awesome. And then the 11th, I think the night of the 11th and the 12th, we've got the Perseid meteor shower, which is really interesting. If you like wishing on falling stars, that would be the time of night to do it. And then, hello, Mystic Crone, how are you? How you doing tonight? We're just talking a little bit about the full moon and the lunar eclipse and the meteor shower, and then the solar eclipse is coming up this month too. I guess it's a really full month astrologically speaking. for that kind of stuff, and you know, for astrology and astronomy, for both. So if you're a space nerd, this is like your brain must be going insane this month. And then I have to go get my tarot bag because I left it on the kitchen table. But yeah, really lots of really good energies, and apparently lots of great minds thinking alike, because I was like, well, what can we do? It's been a while since I've celebrated a moon or worked with any moon energy. So I was like, what can we do this month to like get myself back into it, work in a little of the stuff that I've been learning, and like try and work with the moon, right? So I decided that I would draw up some sigils, and I had 2 out of the 3 that I was preparing done, and I got the Spirit de la Lune. I got the Spirit de la Lune email in, and they were just like, "Hey, draw some sigils," and I was just like, "Oh, okay." But anyway, I have, like I said, I had 2 out of the 3, so I did one for. Hey, how are you, Did Cheeky? It's awesome to see you on. Deshan, always an amazing, always amazing to see you here. And Carice, love to have you on. As always, we love when the ladies join us. So yeah, I had a symbol for wisdom drawn up. This top one I think we're gonna settle on for abundance. And then I'm still toying with preparation. I've got another sheet at work. But it's just kind of like, really? They stole my thunder, which, you know, great minds think alike, and I'm super, like, that should be kind of like oh, cool, we're all turning. Oh, Henrietta says hi. Henny, what are you doing? All right, you know what? I'm going to be right back. Her cage is out there. She's being antsy, which means she has to poop. That's Henrietta. I'm going to go put her back real quick. I'm going to grab my bag. Yeah, let me just go send this bird back to where she lives. You're being antsy. So yes, that's my bird. She's very cranky, very particular. And now she's gonna scream. So I shall do this. And that's pretty much how my life with that bird goes. So that's pretty much how my life goes with that bird, is you have to, like, you're either handling her all the time, and so bird ownership is amazing, you guys, but if you don't want to live with what is basically a perpetual toddler, don't. That's my advice to you. So yeah, where were we? So yeah, Spirit de la Lune sent out an email that's like, hey, PS, do sigils. And I was like, oh. But I'm just instead of looking at the awe side, also you get covered in feather dust. Look at this. It's insane. So yeah, instead of looking at it from like the downside, I'm going to decide to be like, oh, cool, synchronicities. Yeah, I guess. So I haven't quite figured out exactly what I'm going to do with the sigils yet. Maybe I'll make some moon water and set them underneath 3 bottles of moon water and drink them. I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Haven't really been feeling very woo-y lately, to tell you the truth. So I got a new tarot bag because my purse is falling apart. It's falling apart. Very sad. So I got this instead, which I'm very excited about. Supernatural fans will love it. I got this bag instead. This is Love Me Some Pie, and it's Dean Winchester, and what's not to love? Tarot decks need to live in that bag. So anybody that doesn't know the gist, by the way, of this channel, if you want a reading, you just pop your questions in the doohickey. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just not too much going on. A little conflict in my household, which is like really ridiculous. I'm trying to handle that and be the bigger person, and that is really, really hard. But I don't know. I sometimes feel like I'm being a little petulant, but at the same time, it's just like, no, I'm not wrong. So, but anyway, so that's, you know what, why don't we talk about that tonight? How do you guys because we've all been there, right? Like, how do you guys maintain a positive, traction, high vibrational outlook when you run into conflict in your daily life? Like, how do you maintain that? So far, I haven't figured it out. There's been a lot of the silent treatment, but better to not open your mouth and say something you'll regret later, I guess, right? By the way, if you want readings, questions in the doobly-doo for those just popping on, and I've got all my decks surrounding me. Although, because we do have some good astrology stuff going on, Pagan Otherworlds is the deck that I will probably read for you tonight. Yeah, it's really difficult. It's really stupid. Yeah, I don't know, and it's like over, and it's over something that I already feel like shit about. So it's just kind of like, really, I already feel like shit about this. Stop making me feel like even more shit about it. But it is what it is, and it came to a head, and it's good because it's getting out and we're going to deal with it. But in the meantime, it's just like, oh my fucking God, like I can't even, I've got so much more going on in my life right now, and I don't want to add this. Pepper at work? What do you mean by pepper at work? Oh, I'm in control of my own workplace, which is nice. It's at home, which is ridiculous. I don't know. It's ridiculous. That's all I can say about it, is the whole thing is ridiculous. It's like we're grown ass people. We're too grown up for this, and yet here we are. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be better soon, but still. Oh, what about the little pepper packets? Do you eat the pepper? Do you throw the pepper away? I don't get what, the little takeout peppers. Oh, you sprinkle. Oh, okay, all right, that's kind of cool. So you sprinkle the pepper throughout the office, and then, oh God, yeah, that's a good idea. I have to be careful about where I do it at home though, because the birds and the dogs. That's mean to the dogs. The dogs have very sensitive senses of smell. Did you guys know that dogs' sense of smell is like 10,000 times stronger than ours? Which is why, like, you have to be really careful about the stuff that you use in your home with them. And then with the birds too. Did you guys know I can't sage at home? Which is ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous, it's because of the birds. Birds are very sensitive to that kind of stuff, so I can't sage at home. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. All right, let's stop talking about it. How about we just not talk about it? Works too. We'll just deny. Put a smile on our face. Okay, so peppermint oil. Oh, peppermint oil would work out okay. I don't think the dogs would mind the peppermint oil. I'm really careful about that kind of things because I want my dogs, like, this is their house as much as it is mine, so I want them to be comfortable in it too. Plus, it always struck me as mean using things like, I don't know, just like, could you imagine that kind of torture? I hate when somebody wears a perfume around me that I don't like for 5 seconds. Now imagine that with your sense of smell being 10,000 times more powerful than it is. And like, that's torture. Like, that is some Guantanamo shit right there. Anywho, so yeah, sigils. Do your dogs love the peppermint? Oh, good. All right, good. good. So maybe I'll use that instead. I do like peppermint oil. I've got some peppermint oil shampoo upstairs. Maybe I'll use that tonight. We'll do a little peppermint clearing or something. So yeah, we're doing readings. We're doing readings. Yeah, tell me what's going on in your lives, girls. So yeah, so oh good. Oh, cats. Yeah, tuna. I was growing some catnip, although I'm not sure it was like 100% catnip. I think it might have been cat mint. I was growing some sort of cat thing in my window boxes, and I brought it home, and my cat was like, "What? This is awesome!" So he totally he like went crazy with it. So he loved that. Yeah. I don't know, where was I? I'm a little scattered tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what that's about. I've been scattered all day, and I've been really weird all day. Like, have you guys ever just had one of those days where just like everything that comes out of your mouth is weird? Oh no, I can do a general for you. Yeah, sure. So Dead Cheeky wants a general, what she needs to know. All right, Dead Cheeky, let's see what you got going on here. I think we're shuffled pretty much enough, but gotta throw a little hand over hand in there, right? I love a good rifle, but I don't feel finished unless I do a little hand over hand. Does that sound, that sounds dirty. Also, you had a jumper. Or in that case, a flipper. It like flipped right out. Weird. Oh, somebody at the shop, yeah, somebody at the shop today mentioned like Howard the Duck for those of us who are older. And I have never, like, I barely remember it. But apparently that movie was gross. I kind of remember like little bits and pieces. It was never a movie that I cared to revisit from my childhood, but I think I have to now because they were talking about it, and apparently it's like the worst movie ever. As far as like grown-up content between this woman and the duck, and now I'm like morbidly curious, so I have to watch it. Okay. Ooh, interesting read for you, my dear. So your jumper was the 9 of Swords, and here they use a swan with a chain, and the swords are all like chink. And then you also got the Hermit, and you got Judgment. Dun dun dun. So for general life reading, sometimes the 9 of Swords I take very literally, as in like have you been having nightmares or like really weird dreams? Because you wouldn't be the only one if that's the case. Like everybody has been having them. Anything to worry, because I think they're just very symbolic. Sure. Yeah, everybody around me seems to be having like really weird dreams lately, and I ask because which is why I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case with the 9 of Swords. But yeah, I don't know, reading or something lately. We're feeling just particularly introverted or trapped. Yeah, I don't know. Like this is oh, did the sound go wonky? I'm sorry. Let me know if the sound gets better. But yeah, it seems, I don't know. yeah, I mean, if you've been feeling kind of isolated, or if is it for work or, oh, you can't hear me? Okay, hang on. Can you hear me now? I turned it off and I turned it on again because that is my expertise where sound is concerned and there's a delay. So, okay, good. Starting, stopping works. Yay, on again, off again. Yep. Did you power cycle your modem? That's about as technical as I get. Yeah, I don't like. It just feels like a very kind of a spread. Like the swan in chains, and they just feel kind of like trapped and alone. It's singular. Usually when you see swans in the wild around here, they've got like their little swan girlfriends and they've got their little swan babies, and there's other swans in the pond, and this swan is all alone. He's all alone. The judgment card to me, I don't know, that like it either suggests to me that like people coming out of isolation, because you've got people rising from the dead, and as you can see in this card, that they're all buried singularly, like in these cement coffins, together. And notice, like, for one reason, and looking at this one thing, this just tells me like maybe you need to find some like-minded people in your area to kind of get yourself out of that feeling of isolation, like some kind of a hobby that you have, and just like a class you can take, or a Reiki circle you can join, or like a paint night out, like one of those where you know, like a person shows you how to paint and you know, you drink wine, which would be amazing. But yeah, this suggests to me coming out of isolation to, you know, to with other people, like you meeting up with some other people, but united under a single act, like a single thing, like a single activity, to help break that cycle of isolation. I don't know, and I would suggest that you do it soon, before this feeling of being trapped kind of turns like into a nightmare or something. I don't know. It just seems to me like there's like an activity you should be joining. Because if you've been walking the hermit's path for a little while, I mean, Dead Cheeky, you've struck me as somebody who kind of, you know, you're not exactly like, you don't need the personal, like everybody needs personal growth, but you don't like need it, you know, like you kind of, you know who you are. So maybe there's no reason to be on your hermit's journey anymore. Maybe it's time to start coming out of that and joining up with some like-minded people, like whether you've got like the shamanic labyrinth walkers, or again, like I said, the paint night out, or if you've even like I hate to say it, but church groups. I know, like, I don't know where you're from exactly, but if you've got like any of that kind of stuff going on, like they don't need to know you do the woo, but maybe it may be nice to join them for like helping to organize one of those like church yard sales or something. Or you could do I don't know, like volunteering for a charity, or yoga would be amazing, like just like, or a tai chi or a guigong or something, like some sort of it feels like there needs to be some sort of activity to help break you out of that isolation you've been feeling, and to like, because it's hard to make friends as a grown-up. It's really, really hard to get out there and do that, and it just feels to me like maybe it's time. So I hope that helps. Anywho, anybody else wants a reading, you know where to stick your question. I wish I could tell you. Yeah, I'm not a church group person either, but I do like the idea of the sense of community that comes with church. Like, you know, fake it to make it, which is horrible. But yeah, if you can organize your own thing, even that would be nice. Like if you, because you also strike me as kind of a leader. So again, like you've just got that confidence. So maybe you could organize something of your own design would be amazing. But yeah, no, like church groups, you fake it to make it. Like they don't, like I said, they don't need to know. Like you'd be like, yeah, like yay Jesus, when's the potluck? Like which is horrible. Don't be facetious about it. Not to belittle anybody's faith, but if you're, I mean, I am an atheist mostly, so that's kind of what I would be like. And that's sometimes like that for a little while, that's kind of what I did. I was just like, hey, yeah, yay, Holy Mary, bless me, Lord, for I have. Went up, got my cracker, and then, you know, joined the church youth group. They really, like, the sense of community that comes with them is phenomenal, and I wish that it didn't come with the closed-minded. Like the only thing that doesn't go, the only thing I don't like about them is the healthy side of closed-mindedness that comes with church groups. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? If anybody else has or wants a reading, stick it in the doobly. But yeah, let's see. Before I open my big fat atheist mouth and get myself into trouble with opinions, because you can't have those on the internet. You are not allowed to have those. My hair is all over the place, you guys. Gross. What is going on with it? It's like flying all over the place. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we got going on. Nothing much else. I kind of I really like doing my breakfast chats, which is awesome, but also making me late to work perpetually. The upside about them is nobody seems to be doing live chats that early in the morning, so it's kind of like a thing I got going on that's kind of on my own. The downside is not too many people are on. Plus, I kind of chit-chat myself out of things to chit-chat about, which is really horrible. But anyway, if anybody wants to, we're doing readings. If anybody is just popping on or whatnot, just put your question in the doobly and I'll do a reading for you. I'm sure you could absolutely look this. No, I did not see your firmware comment, Deshan. What firmware comment? And is firmware a innuendo? Which is really, because I think last time there was a joke about it, if I remember correctly. And Dead Cheeky, I'm sure you look just fine with your hair tied up in a scarf bandana. Oh, yay! Yay for you. Summer romance, or do you think the relationship has legs? Do you want to do a reading about it? Or are you good? I don't know. That's weird. Why was I like, let's do a reading about it? Yay! Oh, good. Gotta love a good fling. Flings are good. Nothing. Sometimes you need a fling. Sometimes you need a fling, and there's nothing wrong with a fling. There was a joke made about firmware versus floppy disks, I think, at some point. I don't know. Okay, well, sure, we can do a reading. How do you want to phrase the question, Deshan? Because I wouldn't even know how to begin to do that. Or I don't know. I'm kind of tired. Apparently you know what? I think 5 o'clock on Sundays is a good time for me. I feel like I'm no good right now, as far as, you know, being tired for the day and being scattered. It is what it is. So yeah, no, let's see. What kind of question are we gonna do? What kind of question are we gonna ask about Deshan's fling? I don't know. Why don't we just do a general reading about it? Okay, what's next romantically for Deshan? I like this. What's next romantically for my lady face? God, I love this deck. If you guys don't have this deck yet, you should get it simply because of how well it shuffles. It's like the most amazing shuffling deck ever. Pagan Otherworlds. Yeah. Oh, I remember. What I wanted to talk about, and I left it upstairs. So you guys might have to keep yourselves occupied for like a minute. No, you know what? I'm not gonna go get it. I will save it. But I've been working with the Shadows Tarot, which is that demonology deck, or it features demons. And I finally got the cards out of the package. I've really just been reading the book, which has been really fun. And the deck is so far is beautiful. So I've decided, so I need to do a review, a first impressions review of it, but because the information is so meaty, I think what I would love to do is do like a little study group. So I don't know if anybody else here has that deck. It's the Shadows Tarot. I would love to take it in like 5-6 card chunks at a time, just because it is so meaty. And if nobody here is interested in doing it, I'll probably just film the videos for posterity and then post them to the forum. Hermit shows up again. Apparently that's going to be our stalker card for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Brenda. How are you? So you got the Hermit. You got the 8 of Pentacles. And you got the, yeah, that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you got the 9 of Pentacles. So romantically, I think this is telling, like, this is not a bad spread necessarily, but I think this is saying like maybe it's time to focus on work again. You've had your summer fling. You've, cleared out some of those emotional and physical cobwebs, but it's time to focus on more self-improvement. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe focus on your career, your job, or what have you, because again, you got the 8 of Pentacles, which is the apprentice card, like the working and bettering and all sorts of good stuff. And then you got the like I said, the Hermit, which is again the card of journeying. And then you've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is the, like, kind of, I call it the self-made woman card. She's in her garden, she's got that stupid falcon, and well, it's not a stupid falcon, but like, really, who gets a falcon? And she's just kind of like, she's happy with herself. So I think it's, again, a little more self-work might be necessary, like, again, but to take that new information, like that new fling information, like, you had a fling, like this man, like, somebody who's interested in you, like, clearly you're not losing your touch. Let's continue to work on you, though. Like, one of those things, like, it was a nice confidence booster for you. It was fun. It cleared out some emotional baggage, but again, maybe, and it cleared out that emotional baggage, and maybe that clearing will help you to be able to work on you some more. So I hope that, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. And have you been literally working in your garden? Because I love that you got these, if that's the case. I mean, the Pentacles are the earth suit. It's like getting down and dirty and like rolling up your sleeves, and really, like, it's the elbow grease suit. I like to call it sometimes, like, that garden doesn't grow itself, So anyway, that's kind of what I'm getting from that. Oh, that's kind of cool. Carice is talking a little bit about the Unitarian Universalist Church. So it's kind of like a accepts all kind of a place. So that might be fun. So if anybody's looking for that sense of community that church provides for, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people who have walked the spiritual path have like done the church thing and they get it, and that's like the part that they miss. Oh, did you get zucchini? My zucchinis are all getting that stupid powdery mildew and they're all dying and I'm really upset about it. We didn't get enough rain here, and all my irrigation is soaker hoses. So nothing has washed off the powdery mildew spores, and my zucchini is all just like, oh, we're mildewing. So that's really sad. But I'm gonna get some nice zucchini out of it before they're all dead, though, which is cool. And they seem to be sprouting new leaves to try and replace the ones that are dying, but I don't think they have long for this world. And my tomatoes are just starting to ripen, and I got one turnip. One turnip. Yeah, powdery mildew. It's the worst. And the turnip is like this big. And all my other turnips are like quarter sized. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with turnips that are like the size of a dime? So I'm gonna let those other turnips go and see if they make it anywhere. But I'm like trying not to be mad about it, but I'm a little mad about it. I'm not that good at gardening, you guys. I'm okay with herbs, but herbs you really just have to not let flower. And the rest of the stuff like requires work, and I'm too busy for that these days. Okay, so if anybody else wants a reading, you know where to stick your questions, right in the doobly. Oh my God! So the turnips I got were heirloom turnips, and they get over. Oh my God, I hope he better be extra tasty. So the turnips I planted are heirloom turnips, and if they get over 2 inches in diameter, they get really woody. So you have to pick them when they're 2 inches in diameter. So it's like a bunch of little turnips, but I planted a ton of them. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll get like one really good like thing of, hi, Amy, how are you? Awesome to see you, my love. So I planted the turnips and I was like, okay, we'll get like one really good dinner. We'll get one really good dinner and then some leftovers, and then that'll be the end of that. And I'm okay with that. Like I'm all right with that. But I want more than 1 2-inch turnip. like it's really stupid. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on lately that's just been really stupid. Okay. So we are doing readings tonight, you guys. We're also open to discussion for ways we celebrate the August full moon. So I've been looking into celebrating full moons, or celebrating or recognizing or doing a little ritual around, or no Game of Thrones spoilers. None. Amy just said she just finished Game of Thrones. Is that why everybody's like not on doing anything? Because Game of Thrones was on? No Game of Thrones spoilers. I've not seen it yet. I am a DVD renter. So that's where I draw the line. I will burn this channel to the ground if there's any Game of Thrones spoilers. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the chai moon water was fun. This full moon, I've got basil, so I think I might do a mint and basil moon water, like a little, and then I'll squeeze some. Maybe I'll do mint, basil, and lime. I'll make like a little mojito moon water. Might be fun. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so all I did, because chai, I looked up the ingredients for chai. So Dead Cheeky says chai moon water sounds intriguing. So I looked up the correspondences for all the ingredients. I bought this chai tea and it looked really tasty. When you look it up, that thing is basically just an herbal concoction for prosperity, like all of it, prosperity and protection. The cinnamon, the black tea, the star anise, the cloves. It's amazing. So moon water is basically water that you put outside and you charge in the light of a full moon. If you want to do it, like a good way to do it is to do it the day before, the day of, and the day after. The day after the full moon. So I'll probably stick a bottle of it out there tonight to catch tonight's whatever and redistribute it amongst my many glass bottles. But yeah, always use a filtered water. Always make sure, one, you have clean containers. If you're going to do this, the video isn't working. Everyone is posting the video is stuck. I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me try this. Nope. No. Try this. I did I lowered the HD to see if that works. You know what? I'm not going to lower the HD. I'm going to put it right back up there. Okay. So is it working? Good. I'm glad it's working. So yeah, so if you're going to make moon water, make sure you use a filtered water. Distilled water is best. Make sure your containers are super duper clean. Make sure if you're going to put crystals in your moon water, they are non-water soluble crystals that have no lead content. So far, I have only used clear quartz, and I've used fluorite. Apparently. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry. So yeah, you want to use fluorite. The clear quartz, but you want to make sure it's a good clear quartz. You don't want to use like sketchy clear quartz from. All right, so everybody can chime in with how they're. Oh, Amy got it. She's back on. She's in it to win it, folks. Yeah, so then you just put the moon water out somewhere where it's going to catch the moon rays. So tonight, tomorrow night, night after tomorrow, because it catches a little bit of the waxing, the full moon, and a touch of the waning, which is really nice. So it gets all that nice juicy moon energy. And then you can use it to set intention. You can use it to scry. You can just drink it. You can use it in ritual. You can use it to make Florida water. You can use it to make regular tea if you make just plain water. Yeah, I think it'll be awesome. I'm probably going to make a couple of extra bottles of it and then stick it out during the solar eclipse, which is, you know what, maybe I won't, because we're not going to catch the solar eclipse in New England, really. I think we're going to see like a tiny chunk of it, but we're not in the path of totality, and we're not anywhere near it. So, yeah, let's see. A good ritual for the eclipse, I don't necessarily know, honestly. So as far as the eclipse is concerned, that's more about I would say it's kind of about like clearing blockages, because you've got like this blockage comes in, can't see it, and then it clears and it's gone. So I think any kind of, if you're going to work any kind of ritual or any kind of magic, you should probably do something to clear blockages. Maybe do a little Reiki on yourself. I'm not a big fan of doing like this big, huge, like, you need 40 ingredients to do a ritual. Like, I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. Honestly, Dead Cheeky, it's really not that hard. If I can do it, you can do it. I mean, you saw the gist of my technical skills earlier, which was like turn it on, turn it off again, or turn it off, turn it on again. And it's got like its own Google Hangouts, does like its own little thing through its page. Just watch all I did was watch a couple of YouTube tutorial videos, and it was fine. And I would love to hang out with you live. So anyway, also Dead Cheeky, if you want, provided that my employee's car is fixed next weekend, I'm going to be doing a group chat, so I can send you the link for that, and you can try it out and decide if it's something that you like. I'd love to have you join us. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I mean, you can use it like that's kind of what I'm going for. It's kind of the practice I'm developing, is like stuff you can do that's easy, because yep, Amy's going to be on a ship. She's also got kids. I've got too much stuff going on and clearly too much like ridiculousness going on in here. Like I don't have a lot of space. It's got to be easy. It's got to be quick. It's got to be something that you're going to keep doing. So if you're going to be on a ship during the eclipse, you're also going to be Amy. If you're doing that, you should do something. You should probably do something to do with water because you'll be on a spring tide, which is amazing. So if anybody doesn't know about the way tides work, so when the moon pulls during a full moon, you have what's called the spring tide. So like if my head is the earth, the high tide is going to be the highest around the like I like to call it the equator. So it's going to be awesome. And when the tide is like that kind of oval shape because of the way the moon is pulling on it, that is called a spring tide. When the moon is during the quarters. Yep, so either during the full or during the new moon, you have what's called a spring tide. So every 2 weeks it changes. And then during the quarter moons, you get what's called the neap tide. So the oval, like the pole, is from north to south. It's on the poles. So you will be, like, you can probably work in the equator and the spring tide in somehow, and you'll be right on the water. You're surrounded by salt water. Like, talk about being energetically charged while you do it. And if you're taking, I think you're taking a Disney cruise if memory serves. So isn't that down south? You'll be like right near the equator anyway. Like take advantage of that shit. So anyway, every time there's an eclipse, I think about the Stephen King book. Oh, Mercy. Oh no, wait. The Kathy Bates movie, wasn't that Mercy? That was the one where she kidnapped. Oh, Dolores Claiborne, that was a good one too. Kathy Bates is in like all of his movies, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I love me some Kathy Bates. She's so good. She's so good. She needs to be in more things. Why is she not in any more things? She's not dead yet. Be in more things, Kathy Bates. So yes, again, if you want readings, you know where to stick them. For people just joining us, you know where to put your questions in the chitty chat box. I was thinking Misery. I'm sorry. I do love me some Misery though. It's really fun. Anyway, American Horror. Oh, is she? Is she in American Horror Story? Well, I will have to check that out. I did not know Miss Bates was in that. I watched the first season and I decided I hated it. Is that really bad? Because I love Zachary Quinto, and I love that guy from, he was in Ally McBeal for a hot second and then was in The Practice. Like, I love that guy, but I just, like the rest of the people, I don't really like it. I think it's the storylines. They're just too all over the place. They remind me of like me in my most manic states trying to write a story and keep a straight train of thought, and it just goes like into left field. It's really horrible. Yeah, I don't know. I just really didn't like it. Does it get better? Like, I get that I know the story changes from season to season, but like, does the continuity of each story get? Yeah, the first season wasn't even like over the top. It was just, there was no consistency. It's like, what happened with Inventata? What happened with the like, albino son or something? Like, it didn't, like, it held no continuity. I couldn't stand it. And then like weird latex jumpsuit for no reason, and then weird ghost baby. Like, get out of here with that. Like, even, like, that was ridiculous. But anyway, was Coven awesome? I heard the Asylum one was really good too, but I haven't really had a chance. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really had a chance to watch it. Like, if I'm gonna binge watch something with like the little free time that I have, it's gonna be things like Supernatural. So much. But anyway, if you want readings, we are doing readings. Yes, it was annoying. Thank you. Carice agrees with me that the Black's latex bodysuit plot point was annoying. So yeah. If anybody, Asylum, the aliens were weird. There were aliens in the asylum. Ugh. That's like aliens at the end of Crystal Skulls. How does everybody feel about the new Indiana Jones that's coming out? Speaking of aliens at the end of a thing. God, you know what alien movie I really want to watch again is Signs, because I miss Mel Gibson a whole lot. Now we're just off on a tangent. We're going back to tarot. All right, let's see. Does anybody have any new decks coming in the mail? Anybody working with any favorite decks? Like, what's going on with you guys in tarot? Oh, if you haven't, yeah, there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming out. I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford's gonna be like, kill me in this one too, because I think he's just tired of being contractually obligated to do these things. So, so good. Oh, Stranger Things. Yeah, no, I saw Stranger Things. It was good. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, to anybody who hasn't seen the tarot tag yet, you need to jump on there and do it. I did like a really manic late night reading for it. But Tom Benjamin's Reverse Tarot Troll should, oh God, no more Shia LaBeouf. I mean, he's good for that one. Like, the only thing Shia LaBeouf ever did that was good was like not sue that guy that wrote the Shia LaBeouf song, which is amazing. But Shia LaBeouf is just too weird to be doing anything. He's like Joaquin Phoenix, but without the fame. It's really bad. Oh my God. So, yeah, I need to work with, I've got like a ton of decks here. I want to trim my Ravens. I want to trim my Ravens Prophecy and then start using that. Tarot Noir. I haven't seen that one yet. Is it a grown-up tarot? Is it a tarot for adults? Because that's what it sounds like. Dead cheeky. It sounds like it's a naked tarot. I don't know did I ever tell you guys? I don't know how I feel about erotic tarot decks, like, at all. I have no idea how I feel about them. I haven't quite decided. I was just like, sometimes I feel like a really old person. Like, I feel like 25-year-old me would have been like, yes, naked people decks. And now 34-year-old me is just, okay, so it's not a naked people deck. Just because it's like Tarot Noir, which is like, it also sounds like a really terrible cologne. Like, I'm sure it's very nice, but yeah, those decks are like really, like, people get really excited about them, and I feel like the people that do are like just turning 25, and you're just like, stop it. Yeah, like, I can't even, like, after my encounter with the Mibbermig, I've decided that sometimes nudity is not necessary in a tarot deck, and it just needs to knock it off. Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad I'm not of no prude as well. Like, I was just wondering how people felt about that. Like, artistic nudity is fine with me. Like, the star, like, it, like Tarot Noir. Oh my goodness. There was some episode of Family Guy where Peter gets sucked into a terrorist cell, and the password to everything is Drakkar Noir or something. Like, that's how he gets in. Yeah. There's something to do with Drakkar Noir. Oh no, it was Stewie. Stewie infiltrates. Stewie and Brian infiltrate a terrorist cell as Drakkar Noir salesmen. And it's ridiculous. Like, even the password to get in was Drakkar Noir. And Tarot Noir sounds like it sounds like it would smell like Drakkar Noir, but worse. But anyway, like musty old cards plus Drakkar Noir, which would be amazing. You got it? You got the Decameron deck? Like, that one is just ridiculous. It's just like a lot of, like, it feels so unnecessary. Like, who drew that? Like, who, like, I know, like, who, how drunk did they have to be like, you know, it'd be awesome? Like, like, who drew that? Who was just like, how much, like, they were like 3 bottles of wine in, and be like, you know, it would be hilarious if I drew a tarot deck with like ugly people having sex, and then decided to sell, like, I bet everybody would buy it, and then people were like, yes, you should do that, and then they went ahead and did it, and it was just like, I can't, like, and it's cartoon ugly too, like, it's just like, oh, I'll have to check it out. Tarot Noir. I will look that up, and then I will promptly take back having made fun of their name. I'm sure I'm going to join you in buying it, but yeah, I don't know. Like some of those decks are just unnecessary. Like, I don't know. I get being okay with nudity in the human form and sexuality, and there's no shame in it or anything like that. But at some point, like, you had to draw those things. Especially some of the court cards, like the kings, are just kind of like, you know, like, I don't want to draw that. Yes, there is a very long history of erotic and naughty literature throughout the ages, but the Decameron, I don't think, is a new deck. I think it's an older one. I don't know why I'm doing a reading right now. I just felt like I needed to. It is a low Scarabeo. It is a low Scarabeo deck. Anyway, Deshan, are you turning into a tarot card junkie? I'm sorry. I just did a reading. I don't know why. I pulled the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Weird. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I don't know why. But anyway, I don't know. It just seems to me, maybe it means I'm thinking a little bit too intellectually about it, and stop it. Yeah, the Italians. Greece. Oh my God. Hey Wayward, how are you? We for whatever reason, we found ourselves like on a sideways tangent about like who and why, like when, like who makes the decision to make a naughty tarot deck and like drawing it. A question for a reading: how can you find the motivation to get a major work project started? A business development type project. Okay, let's yeah, and it's not like I'm okay with a little bit of nudity, but like the Marielle, or for example, the Marielle, like there is a ton of nudity in the Marielle, like tons of it. Like, at what point was she like, yeah, let's do this? I don't know. Like, I can't imagine. I don't know. Like, anyway. So we're doing a reading for Carice. Her question is, how can she find the motivation to get a major work project started? Very important and 3 years past due. I would be inclined to just tell you to, you know, psych yourself up and jump on in. Just do it. But let's get situated with this reading. I'm doing old deck cutting style. Apparently my deck is upside down. Okay, so you got the Knight of Cups. You got a Waxing Crescent, which is one of the bonus cards in this deck, which bothers me because I want there to be the other moon phases. I'm actually going to wind up, I forget who mentioned it here. I think it was Deshan, because I said I needed to get a second copy of this deck as a backup because I've just been abusing the crap out of this copy. So if I could just take the extra cards out of that deck and put them in this deck, I could have a full moon phase suit. And then you also got the 5, 6, 7, 8 of swords. And you got the 10 of swords. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see, what do we got going on? So you've got the Knight of Cups and the waxing moon. This is definitely a good time for you to do it. It feels to me like there's something you need to put to bed. So maybe you could use this full moon energy, this full moon that's coming in tonight, like tonight, tomorrow night, and the next night, and the eclipse as well, to kind of finish like, you know, full moons are about harvesting and like something's coming to an end, and like the waning moon is like it's something's winding down. It feels to me for you like you're ready to do whatever this is. Like that's, you know, the Knight of Cups. It's somebody who, you know, they're kind of ready. They're emotionally ready, and like this is going to be a cycle of growth for you. Like it's time. So maybe like again, harness this full moon energy to kind of come to terms with the fact that you're going to have to end some things in order to start some things. And then it's interesting that you got these two in regards to, yeah, I don't know why. I just felt like picking 4 cards. I felt like it. I do what I feel like these days. Dun, dun, dun. So the 10 of Swords, like that's a weird card to pull for this. This is a card of betrayal and backstabbing and ridiculousness, and a card of, you know, the card of like feeling trapped. Do you have traditional work? Like, do you work in a traditional workplace? Like, is there a lot of like gossiping and ridiculousness, and like, is it kind of cutthroat? Is it kind of cutthroat for you? I feel like something's kind of like very competitive, very like there's some kind of there's some clashing or some competition, but maybe some not so friendly competition. Like it's not the kind of competition that fosters creativity and betterment. It's more like backstabby, cheatery, ridiculous competition that doesn't make anybody feel good at all. So maybe in order to do like is this business project like, are you trying to like strike out on your own so you can like drop the other work, or like, so a business development project, it's a major work project. Are you looking to start your own business? Are you looking to kind of leave these ladies behind? I don't know. Like I feel like you're just kind of done with the drama. Yeah. Yeah, Machiavelli isn't like, he was brilliant, don't get me wrong. I mean, if you want to be that kind of a person and use that kind of a strategy, but it's not necessarily a healthy one. I don't know. You would be the backstabber if you like, I don't know, that's weird. Like why would you be the backstabber? Like, do you just, so some like, but some, I don't know, that's weird. I don't know that you would be the backstabber necessarily. Or maybe I'm gonna pull 4 more. Ugh, dropping cards everywhere. You're pulling a lot of swords. I mean, it's something that you're emotionally invested in, definitely, and passionate about, because you've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups tell me that I don't have Mystical Tarot. Do I have Mystical Tarot? I don't have Mystical Tarot. I have Pagan Otherworlds. I've got the Mystical Cats Tarot. So, oh, so so you are the business owner. I mean, like, maybe these people are backstabbing you. I mean, maybe like maybe they're not doing it purposefully. I mean, okay, so I'm a business owner too, and I've also been an employee of people who are business owners. I've worked for small business pretty much my whole life. And let me tell you, sometimes the employees, while they're not intentionally doing things to trap or betray a business owner, that kind of envy from the other side of the fence, grass is greener. Like, oh my God, this person owns this business. They're making so much money, and they just kind of do little things to sabotage. So, I mean, if she's really not that good of a fit, you're not betraying. I mean, you have to let her go. Like, don't feel bad about letting her go. You also pulled the Two of Swords and the Moon for your round. I got 8 cards going on here now, you guys. So, this to me is, this is a card of self-preservation, but it's also a card of tra-la-la, I'm not listening, and like kind of stagnating and not making a decision to the detriment of everybody. Like, you're just kind of, again, it's the self-made trap. If you're not advancing and you need to make that decision, like, you need to put on your big girl business owner panties, and you need to, like, if you need to let this person go, you need to let this person go. It's not fair for either of you. They're not doing a very good job for you. They're not advancing your business in any way. They're not doing themselves any favors by stagnating in a job that they're not good at, or that they're not realizing their full potential in. Also, you pulled the Moon, which to me is again, a card of secrets, but this card is also a card of parting ways for me for whatever reason. It just reminds me of big girl armor panties, exactly. But it just, again, a card of parting ways. It's like, yeah, there was something similar that drew you two together. Like, you've got the domestic canine and the wolf, and like, yeah, there used to be something back in the day that connected them, but now they're just so different that they can meet, they can have this moment, and it's amazing, but eventually they're gonna have to leave each other, because they're no longer compatible. But the Moon is also, again, that card of mystery and that card of nightmares and that card of like scary unknown. So it could be that this person is also, again, if this person isn't a good fit for you, like, you're like, I don't know why you're afraid to let them go. What's the worst they're going to do? Like, the worst they're going to do is collect unemployment for whatever reason, and that's not too scary. And then you got the Two of Wands for a possibility of, again, looking towards possible futures. I mean, this is very, yeah. So, yeah, if they're just not working out, like, you're just not compatible anymore. Like, you're just not compatible anymore. And maybe if you let them, like, I think you're afraid, like, are you afraid of letting them go? You said that they're nice and they're trying hard, but, yeah. Oh, good night, Deshan. It was nice to see you. Yeah, you gotta take the doggies out for their evening walk. Yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, like, if she's nice and trying to work with you, like, maybe she's talking, like, again, there's unknown. It could be she's talking shit about you back at home, or like at home she's just like, I can't believe whatever, and there's some sort of mental block or jealousy that I really get the feeling that there's some sort of mental block or jealousy there that's keeping her from really excelling in this position. But again, like, if you guys are just incompatible, there's no sense in keeping this charade going anymore. And maybe you're afraid to let her go because you don't know what's going to happen to her in the future. But honestly, that's not your problem. It's nice to want to do, like, it's good to want to be nice to people and like, give her a good severance and whatnot. But if you're putting your business at risk, you also have 3 other employees to take care of. Why sink the ship for 1 or 2 people and ruin it for 3 or 4 others? You know, your business needs to be healthy to survive. And then this is looking towards the future and possibilities. You don't know the future, but you need to start taking the future into account. Like, how is keeping this person on going to better your business? And then I don't know. I think it's time for you to start really thinking, like, if you want to prepare to, yeah, but it's not like you can't be afraid of it. And you need to, like, firing people is part of owning a business. And you need to take care of the future of your business, not her future. Her future is not your responsibility. It is it is her responsibility. She'll figure it out. You need to start thinking about your business's future and how to better your business. And with this hanging out over your head, you can't move forward. And it could be, like, again, it could be that there's some sort of mental block keeping her from doing well. There could be something going on in her personal life that's keeping her from doing well. She could really love working for you guys, and it could be a bright spot, but it could, like I said, there's probably something more going on in her life that is keeping her from doing the job that she needs to be able to do. And you can't have, it makes no sense to have an employee on that you have to accommodate, like, that you have to do an insane amount of accommodation for, and, like, she's never going to thrive there. There's no point. Yeah, you've got, like, I hate to say, like, it's not even like everybody's like, oh, you're just thinking about your bottom line when it comes to running a business. It's like, no, I'm not thinking about the bottom line. I'm thinking about keeping the ship afloat so I don't ruin it for everyone. You know, like, you've got yourself to worry about, you've got your family to worry about, you've got your other employees, and you've got their families to worry about. If it's not a good fit, you know, again, like, why keep those people in a stagnating relationship? You know, like, why not just try and move it forward? And a full moon is a good time to do that. A full moon is a good time to, you know, make big decisions like this. A full moon, like, you know, it's a good time to kind of stop it. Yeah, no, she's got a lot going on. If that's the case, like, that's really sad for her, but don't let her, like, I hate to say it, but don't let her tiny violin influence your decisions. You can't, you're a business owner, you can't be, like, you can't always be super nice. It makes no sense to, like, you can't give from an empty vessel. You can't pay other people. Like, if this woman isn't making you money, like, how are you supposed to further your business and hire more people? Like, you can't, like, you could be, like, I just, it's a stupid thing to think about, but, and it may be a little bit of a selfish thing to think about, but you've got, again, the health of your business to think of. It's not on you to find her another job, though. She needs to find her own job, which is, you can tell her that you'll give her an amazing letter of recommendation. You can tell her, you know, you can put her in touch with some contacts, but she needs to find her own job. Otherwise, she's not going to find shit. Like, you know, she's got to send her energy out there to find a job that works for her. I'm a big fan of that. I always found that when other people found me jobs, they were jobs that were perfect for those other people and not for me energetically. So she needs to find her own job, but you can help her in ways like, again, providing a letter of recommendation. She might need to collect unemployment, so just prepare for that. You can, you know, offer her COBRA as far as health insurance is concerned. You can put her, like, again, you know, you do a lot of networking. Maybe tell her that you'll hand her resume to a few people if she wants, but she's got to do the legwork. She's got to find the job that works for her. So anyway, does anybody else want a reading? Oh my God, it's 10:44, you guys. How about we do like 1 or 2 more readings, and then I'm going to put the kibosh on it and go to bed. You know what? It's much nicer doing this at home because going to bed just means upstairs. Somebody named Sweaty Cankles just popped in. That is an interesting name, Sweaty Cankles. Okay, this is a troll. Okay, so anyway, yeah, the trolls found us, you guys. I'm sorry. The trolls found us. So anywho, your anniversary is on Tuesday. Oh my God, Wayward, congratulations. All right, let's see. All right, I'll stick with pagan. Will Wayward have a good anniversary? What can she look forward to her 8808? Oh, that's an awesome day to get married. You remember that forever. Congratulations on not murdering each other for however many years it is that you've been together. Because I'm not even going to say how many years you've been married necessarily. It's how many you've been together. That counts for not murdering each other. All right, let's see what we got going on for you for your anniversary, Sunny. Okay. You got the Five of Swords, and you got the full moon, and you got the Page of Wands. So these two cards suggest to me that you're going to have an amazing anniversary celebration. Like this is like you've got like some fun, passionate, whatever coming your way. A full moon is just a very amazing, fertile, awesome, full emotions, full like emotional connection there. Like you're gonna have an awesome time. There's gonna be a stupid fight at some point. Do not let it ruin this. Stupid fight, awesome anniversary. Both of you need to walk away from that stupid fight. That's stupid, ridiculous, because if you don't walk away from it, it will get stormy and rocky and it will grow into something ridiculous and ruin your anniversary. So avoid the stupid fight. That's all I'm saying. That's really all this card really, especially in relationship readings, to me, 28 years, oh my God. Congratulations, Wayward, for not murdering him for 28 years. So yeah, just avoid the stupid fight. That's all. That's really you've got an amazing, probably even a surprise. I like the pages. They're almost always blinded in this deck, and they which implies like amazing surprises, new news, incoming energy. The Wands is about things that you're passionate about. It's about that fiery passion, and inspiration. But yes, I think there's gonna be, it's like again, it's the fight with an empty victory. Like it's the empty victory, like the I won the argument, but at what cost? Aw. Dead Cheeky always gets the page of, this is the Page of Wands. Yeah, go fight with him right now. Oh my God, Brenda, that's terrible advice. Don't do that, Sunny. Don't fight with him. I saw your video earlier today, Wayward, by the way. It was absolutely beauteous. What a great video. So yeah, oh my God, I cannot even. That was hilarious. Hilarious. So I think I am going to do a winding down. I'm starting to get silly tired, so I'm going to do a reading for the evening and wind this down. We'll do a general energy reading hopefully next week. Oh, I'm going to do, you know what, I'll do a Breakfast Club chat on either tomorrow morning or on Tuesday morning. And I'll post a link to a Google Doc so we can get signed up for this coming Sunday's, what is it, tarot problems, hashtag tarot problems. Oh no, trying to pack his redneck truck. Oh, that's adorable. Adorable. I love that he has a redneck truck. I'll do a general reading for tonight, for full moon, and then I really wish, for whatever reason, I lent out, and I'm really kicking myself in the ass about it. I'll get it back on Thursday, but I lent out my Spirit de la Lune, which would have been an amazing deck to use for that tonight. But you know what we'll do, because we'll use Compendium of Constellations. And what, you know what we'll do too? I want to do, what did I do with it? It's in here. I want to do mermaids. I want to read with mermaids. He's trying an old Wayward Sons. For those that can't read this chat later, you need to know that Wayward Son's husband is trying to jimmy the back window of his redneck truck with an old pool noodle. So, oh my God, so it won't rattle the whole trip. Oh my God, I love it. I love that you're married to a redneck. That is so adorable. We'll do a general reading for tonight for everybody. I don't know why I'm moving so slow. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion. I wonder what that's about. I want to pull a couple of mermaids and a compendium. I'm doing like a huge mixed reading tonight, you guys. I don't know why. I just feel like it. And I want to pull a Hokusai too. I want to pull everybody. Hi, Veronica. How are you tonight? I feel like I chose a silly evening to do this because Kelly from Truth and Story had she had a big chat this morning. I think Chase from Two Owls is doing a chat tonight too. I should have picked I don't know. I wanted to do this at around 5, which would have been amazing, but my employee had something wrong with her car, so she didn't come in at all today, so I did the whole day by myself. Okay, so we got that one, and we've got, you know what, I do want that one. And I want that one. And then got decks and decks and decks. You can fix a lot of problems with pool noodles and duct tape. You absolutely can. Can you fix firmware problems with them? Oh my goodness. I just bent one of my cards, you guys. Sad town. Not like bad, but bad enough. So the Compendium Constellations is really, really tiny. It's early in the afternoon where Veronica Rose is. I don't know, I stopped talking. I don't know why that was about. That was weird. I felt like I needed a moment of silence while I shuffled this. But yeah. Oh, Carice retracted a message, but she's solving a lot of problems with pool noodles and duct tape. Okay. And I want these 3 right here all in a row. They felt like they needed to be there. I don't know why. Yeah, I need to stop doing videos this late at night, you guys. Is it Monday there already? Oh, gross, Veronica. Gross. Gross. It's Monday there already. Yeah, I need to stop doing readings this late at night. Like, I'm not good in the morning. I feel like I'm a middle of the day kind of a person. And after I've been at the shop for like 12 hours, it's just not working. I don't feel like my readings are very strong. So I don't know, hopefully we'll get a good mix going on here. I want this one for us. Okay. Let's see what we got going on for a general reading for all of us. Okay, we got the Seven of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles for us tonight. So let's see. Seven of Wands is fighting an uphill battle. Five of Pentacles is feeling kind of left out in the cold, a little destitute monetarily speaking, maybe a little bit sick. And the Ten of Pentacles is about financial and familial legacy. So it looks like we've got an interesting week this week. A little moral high ground for us for whatever reason. For I don't know, like it just feels like even in my own life. Let's see. Even in my own life, it feels like there's a little bit of conflict for us this week for whatever reason. Like that general like, oh, there's a full moon. Why are people so weird this week? Like there's just going to be a little bit of fighting and arguing and feeling as if you're fighting, and not necessarily like you have the moral high ground, but it's a little bit of an uphill battle, and it's going to leave us feeling a little isolated for whatever reason. The energy for today, it felt off. I felt off all day. I don't know. It feels like I just feel like the energy for like even with the full moon and all this like weird lunar, like weird astrological lunar energy and happenings and stuff going on, it just feels weird. I think it's going to throw us off, and it's going to make us seem a little off with everything that's going on. But the Ten of Pentacles is reminding us that this energy is not who we are, and not to let it get in the way of family and work and what have you. I think we just kind of need to maybe suck it up a little bit as far as that's concerned. Yeah, I think it's gonna, like, I don't know. Like I said, it feels it's gonna be weird, and like if you haven't run into the weird energy yet, it's coming your way. Like it's one of those, like you're gonna feel like a little off, just like an off day, and you're not like, it's gonna like just like a little, like you're gonna feel a little bit on the outside, like a little bit of an outsider. You're gonna feel like people aren't quite getting you, or you're gonna feel like you're coming across in a way that is not quite, people aren't going to get. I don't know, like it feels again like a kind of an off energy week, or at least an off energy couple of days. But the Ten of Pentacles is reminding us, like, no, that's not us. That's not who we are. That's not what we have. That's not what we got. It's just it's reminding us to maybe not worry so much about it. And, this too shall pass. And, our lives are fuller, and there's more to it than just this weird off energy. So for the Compendium of Constellations tonight, we got the constellation of Chameleon, so adapt. We got the constellation of Octanus or Octans, which is reflect, and we got the constellation of Pisces, which is elude. So that's an interesting reading too, considering that we have all this weird energy kind of going on, like a little bit of arguing, a little bit of isolation, a little bit of whatever. I think it's just telling us to adapt to situations as they arise where this weird energy is concerned. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's Chameleon. You're gonna have to learn to adapt to that kind of stuff, and then maybe reflect a little bit. Like, put up your shields, ground yourself, do some clearing, reflect some of that energy. Like, be careful not to reflect it onto people, but a little bit of I am rubber, you are glue you know, whatever you say bounces off me, sticks to you, kind of a thing. Like, don't let people's nasty negativity like stick to you. Just water off a duck's back and it'll go right back to them. Like, you don't have to worry about it. They'll get what they need, and then, you know, save your good energy for you, and then elude. If you can just even avoid weird energy situations, if you can avoid arguments, if you can avoid it, like, just do so. Like, if you can shut yourself up in your house with a big bowl of popcorn and the PlayStation 3 remote so you can watch Netflix, you do that. Like, just avoid, like, avoid conflict, avoid bad energy, avoid negative people. If you can do that this weekend, do it, or this week rather. So yeah, just avoid, like, maybe, like, you know, don't, like, you know, try and avoid situations that are gonna just stir up whatever. And then for our Inner Star Oracle, because this is how I roll, I like pulled 1,000 cards for us. I pulled Be Enchanted. So I think this is reminding us there's a stag in there, which I'm trying not to think of Hannibal. Brenda says, oh, if only. And Veronica Rose feels disconnected and off too. So maybe if we can avoid the weirdos, like the weird shit that usually comes with a full moon, like the weird, argumentative, like crazy, manic, like ridiculousness. Oh, bye, Brenda. It was nice to see you tonight. If we can avoid, like, again, avoid, reflect, and elude the negativity, but also remember, like, there's some awesome stuff going on celestially this week, you guys. So, like, if you do have a practice, a spiritual practice, drag a little bit of that into your life, like, make some time and some room for it. And remember, like, you know, like, again, this is a loaded week. We've got the lunar eclipse with a full moon. We've got a meteor shower, and then shortly thereafter, we've got a solar eclipse. So, like, maybe sit back and stare and wonder at awe at, like, the clockwork that went on for millennia, like millennia upon millennia and eons and ridiculousness to bring all of that stuff our way this week. Like, be a little, like, you know, like, just kind of sit back and think of, like, the magic and the stuff that went on for, like, that stuff to happen. Even here, it looks like stuff is lining up and coming into focus, and, like, a lot of, like, whatever going on here. And then, I don't know, the deer is just very peaceful and reflective, and you've got the ocean, which, you know, for intuition and what have you, and my cat is in the background under the table. But, you know, like, if you can avoid all this negativity and weirdness coming our way, like, just remember that, like, you know, like, this is a week to make some magic happen, if that's what you like to do. Or, you know, again, energy work would be amazing. Like, just work with it this week. Avoid the bad stuff and work with the good stuff that's coming, I think, is kind of the overreaching message for the week. So that was interesting. We pulled a pretty cohesive, I pulled from 3 decks. We pulled a pretty cohesive reading for us tonight. But anyway, all right. So with that, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add or leave or take? Otherwise, I'm going to go to bed. It was awesome to see you guys. I still have to do my VR to Tom Benjamin tonight. I have to do the hashtag reverse tarot troll. I did, like, a little manic late night reading. I should stop doing late night readings. It's, like, clearly, like, usually they're okay, but they don't really work. They don't really work all that well for me. I just don't feel focused, if that makes any sense. All right, lady faces, you have a wonderful evening. I will see you on at some point, either, like I said, either tomorrow morning or Tuesday morning, with the sign-up sheet for the group chat on Sunday. And I can't wait to hear all about your full moon and meteor shower experiences and lunar eclipse experiences. Night, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, Tarot Sphere.